This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so today we are going to learn two tools actually. So let's get started. So earlier, uh, we have learned yesterday, I think we have learned one tool. See, I forgot actually. Anyone remember that? What was that yesterday? No one? I'm audible, right? All of you?
Sorry, what was the question?
Which was the tool which we covered yesterday?
We covered AWS.
AWS, yes. Yeah. So, yeah. So first we learn platform, right? So platform, and after that we will do the planning, and after the planning we will do the coding, and after the coding what we will do. Anyone have idea? After the coding, what is the
Testing. Deploy.
no, directly you are jumping to the deploy. It's not so fast. Analysis. After that analysis we do the build, right? After the build we do what? Unit testing. After the unit testing we'll do what? Packaging. After the packaging, what we'll do? Archiving. After the archiving, what we'll do? Deploy to QA. After the deployment, what we do to the QA environment? Testing. And after that, we'll do the code coverage. Correct, no? So these are the things we will do as part of our sessions. So here, I taught you some of the things which is uh, OS plus AWS plus Docker. That is coming under the platform. Okay. By the way, maybe after 4 to 5 months, I will change the syllabus from Docker to something else, that is containerd. Not now, because we are still in a transition phase for that. Okay, so that is one thing. Today, the one which we are focusing is planning. Planning means you might have studied this system analysis and design and all stuff like that. Same thing we'll do that. Okay. So today we will teach you two tools, Jira and Confluence. Okay, there are so many tools are there, but this is the two tools which is most popular one, which I'll teach you. In the coding, I'll teach you Python plus Git. Okay. So this is the things I'll teach you. Analysis, Sonar Cube, build Maven, Gradle, two tools I'll teach you here also. Maven UTJ unit, packaging, var, jar, whatever it is. Let's say we have multiple packaging. So here I'll teach you packer. Archiving, we will cover which tool we are covering, Artifactory, right? And deployment to QA, Ansible, and then Selenium and Checo. So this is something which I will teach you. Apart from that, in the production we do have many tools, right? This is the pre-production stage. Production we have many tools like New Relic, Datadog, and blah blah blah. Anyways, we have a Kubernetes also. So those are things. So today we are targeting planning phase. This is the second phase of our software development lifecycle. Okay, so
I have one question. Maybe I can ask this at the end of the session because it will be a bigger question and it is regarding the packaging and the deployments in general to different environments.
right.
Just wanted to understand it a little bit better from your perspective.
Yeah, we'll discuss. We'll discuss. Packaging, anyways, we have upcoming sessions, and end of the day also you can ask this question. End of the session also, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so let's get started. So focus area is Jira. So what is Jira? What is Jira? So I think if you're from the old schools, I don't need to tell you what is Jira, because this is the only tool which we are using from last, if I recollect my experiences, since first day of my joining in my organization. So it's a very old tool which we are using. So this is a tool which is you can use for the task management. Task management means I should have one place all the tasks for the entire project, for the entire organizations, and we should have a data, I mean metrics of what, who's doing what, which task is pending, which task is not worked out, progress, hold, stuck, finished, completed, whatever it is. Task management tool. So here we have a task management, feature management also you can call it. Feature management means same thing. Feature management, it will be with respect to the product. Task overall it can be. Bug management also. Okay, bug management, bug fixing. So how many bugs it can be reported, so you can store here in this tool. When it comes for the project, yep. Uh, when it comes to the project, here we have project management. You can manage the multiple projects. Okay, so each project you can manage task, feature, bug, all this thing you can do that. If you are comfortable with a little bit of mm, agile and all, it'll be easy for you. So here you can manage the types of projects which you can say. So you can say simple project, or you can also agile project, Scrum, Kanban, all this thing also you can create it, and this will be managed here. So yeah, many things which you can get it here, and also I'll show you through the UI part. So this tool is from the company called Atlassian. Okay, now Atlassian is a company who's developing tools like Jira, Trello, uh, Confluence, the second one I'm going to teach you, Bamboo, okay, Fisheye, many products they have it actually. Jira is the most popular one, but many products they have actually. Bamboo, Bitbucket is also from Atlassian one, Bitbucket, you know. So many tools they have for they basically design a software for project management itself. So all their tools, if you look at it, is aligned with software development lifecycle. So that is how it is. One more thing, all the tools what we have is written in Jira, including written in Java, including Jira. So this is also written in Java. Bamboo is also written in Java. Confluence also written in Java. Bitbucket, I'm not sure about it. I need to check that. So it's been a long time. I installed the Bitbucket because if everything got into the cloud, right? So nowadays we are not installing at all. So that's one. So the moment you written in the tools is written Java, then you need a JRE, correct? Some particular runtime environment you need. So today we'll use 11 JRE and stuff like that. Depends on the version of it. So this is the introduction of Jira. So all of you understood that what is Jira, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now many other tools also we have in this category. Let's say Jira is one of them. Trello is one of them. If you use Trello is one of them. If you use GitLab also, you can use for this. For the planning, you can use GitHub also. Your Azure DevOps also, you can use it for this planning purpose. So nowadays, this feature what they're offering is a part of many tools actually, because of planning is important a part of any software development. So yeah, hundreds of tools are must be there minimum. So if you want to do a simple thing, bug management tool, DevOps, cool, task management tool. So this is the few articles which you can refer it. So some of these tools you see here, backlog, Bugzilla, which is like one of the oldest tool which we had now dead. Okay, Jira, the one of which, and request test, and so many tools. Here you see open source solutions also. See, these are the tools. So, I mean, there's no problem in the tools, but yeah, Jira is of course most popular one and reliable. So this is something which we have. Now, next question is, okay, fine. How to install Jira? How to install Jira? So I will do that in my VMs. So this is a template VM. Where is that? Here it is. So I'll use this as a template and clone it and make it Jira plus Confluence. These two tools I'll use it for this VM. Okay, and done. Let's start this VM. So I'm just waiting for this to up. So you can close this. Some problem. So I'll just restart it. I don't have a patience to wait. Yeah. So there's some problem here. So task management and VM and task. I'm going to start one more time. Strange actually. No problem. I'll delete this. There must be some issues with that. I'll clone one more time. Template. Jira and conf. Full clone. Strange, like, it's came. Okay, root Rajesh123. Now, what is my IP address for this machine? It's 10. Okay, so I'm going to use 10. So let's start with this now. This is a more better UI and font and all, copy paste is good. SSH root at the rate of 192.168.1.10. Now, first thing what I am going to do here in this machine, we are going to log in, install the Java. Okay, so that's the first thing. So how do we do that? So Java install DevOps school, and this is the tutorial which we have. So here you have all the version of it. So I want which one? I want the 11 one. Okay, so this is the one I wanted to install. So this is Ubuntu. This is this is a CentOS, the one which I'm using. So for all the demo, I'm using CentOS most of the time. So I'm installing the Java here. Okay. So now after that, what you'll do, because Jira is a paid software, but 30 days trial period is available. Sorry. So I'll go and Jira, I'll put it in Jira download. So 30 days trial period, we can enjoy that. So where is this? Here it is. So now here it says, do you want to try Jira on AWS or Azure? I'm not interested because I have my own VM. So you can create there also. So AMIs will be there. Remember that yesterday we discussed about the AWS AMI or Microsoft image we call it. So this image will be there in which the Jira will be already installed and you can use it. But right now I'm just going for the this URL. So if I'm just putting up here, download this URL, you can use it. And for Java, you can use this URL. Okay. So now I'll go to Jira and the version which I'm using right now, which is the latest, get started. Look at this guys here. I'll do a little bit of cheating. I'll show you how. Click on get started. Now you have to download. So here, because the Java, right, developed in Java, so you can find whether it's for the Linux, Tarball, Windows, or G. All this you'll find it. If you download for Windows, you'll get a exe file. So here, what I will do, check this here and go for gparchive or Tarball for Linux. If you go for the Linux, you'll get a RPM and Debian sort of package. So I'll go for the Tarball. Okay, Tarball is easy for me. Everything you have at one place. But if you go for the packages manager, then it will be file will be scattered here and there. So I'll go for the Tarball and click submit. Now you know here this is the trick which I was talking about. I got this downloading here in my Windows, but quickly I'll just copy this URL and use that here in the Linux also. Did you see that trick? After getting this URL, I'll cancel this. This is the URL, direct URL. Are you understanding all of it? Hello?
Can you repeat, sir, please?
So this here in Windows, I'll get this download URL, and that moment it'll download in the download section, I'll copy this URL. That's all. Understood? And I have a URL for downloading the software. Okay, so Java was still being installed, still not completed. So Java is almost done. Okay, and I'll open up new console here because I can run things parallel. Sorry. So SSH root and 92.168.1.10. Enter Rajesh 1. So typically I go to the OPT and install all the software. So let's download this first. This is a Jira. wget is not there, right? So you have to download the wget. Why this is taking time, not sure. So let's get completed. This is little slow actually. I'll rerun. Done. Now I'll go to OPT location, and after that I'll just download yum install wget. Wget curl you can use for the downloading utility in Linux. And so copy this whole things, clear the screen. Now download. So this is a Jira download. Okay, will be done in less than 1 minute. Okay, so same way what we will do, we'll go for Confluence also, so that will save some time. So here I'll write Confluence download, okay, which is the next topic after the Jira. So here we'll go to Confluence, and here you see long-term release, latest release. This Confluence is 7 version, okay. This we'll discuss little bit later. So tarball I want it, and download, agree, submit. Now this URL I need it, so I'll steal this URL, and I have a 2 windows already. So one window I'll use for download here. So this I'm downloading Confluence for this to save some time. Okay, so my Jira is almost done, and Confluence, let it happen in a background. I don't care actually. So any questions so far? My audio is breaking for all of you.
No.
Okay, so there must be some problem for you actually. Rajesh. So almost done. So today I'm working from home. I mean home network. So I don't think so. There should be a problem for my side because it's a home network.
So that tar file what we downloaded for the Windows, right? So
Mhm.
that we have to download and we have to keep it, or just we should take that URL and we will be using in the Linux, and just we can cancel that download.
Yeah, I don't want it to download in Windows. No, I wanted to download in Linux VM,
So
right?
just to take the whatever URL we'll be putting on download.
Yes, yes, I do play at this trick a lot actually. Okay, so now, guys, I got this here. This is a Jira. Now after that, tar-jet xvf, and here put this. Extracted it. I'm using zip file or tarball. Why? Because every files you can see at one place. If you install through the installer like RPM, Debian, or exe, this different file will go different place, and sometimes which annoy me actually. So this is the Jira. Now this is the stuff. So here it is. Now this is the conference which is still downloading. It's okay. I'll go to this place, bin directory. Okay, and here so many files are there. I think if you read this, you'll get to know. This is the one which I needed. Start Jira. If you want to start it, stop Jira. If you want to stop it, simple. So start Jira, enter. Now this got started. So one thing here, the port number for this application, which is inbuilt 8080. I did not change it. I don't want to change it also. So my IP address is 192.1.10 and 88. So here, this is the port number. So I see that it's not accessible. So it must be some firewall in OS level firewall must be changed. So I'll disable this system CTL stop firewall. This is not a good practice, okay? But because we are learning right now, I don't want to complicate firewall, creating exception and stuff like that. So, and stop it and disable it for the next time. So next reboot will not come. There it is. So once you do this, there is a problem here. What is the problem? This page for Jira administrator. Okay, there's a problem here. And here we can't locate Jira home directory. And you can click on the learn more and stuff like that. If you want to see the logs of it, you can check the logs also and stuff like that. So what I did, I just extracted the tarball and started the Jira. But something had to set it up, which I did not do. So there is one error. This error I will copy, put it like this, and DevOps school. And see here. This error we have, and we'll have a solutions also on this page. So like that, whenever you get any error, you can search like this, and most probably you will have a solutions on devopsschool.com. Anyways, internet you will have it, so for sure, or SM Galaxy also. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to go to this file and set the property of Jira home, which is this one. So my Jira home would be go back and class in Jira. This is my Jira home. Okay, this is place the software installed. So my Jira home is here. Okay, so variable you have to be little this format, remember. So this Jira home, this is the real path actually. Okay, so the question is which file? So the file will be this one. So I don't want to look for that, but rather what I want to do is I want to go back. This is my whole location and try to find that file. It will be easy for me. And here this is the file. So as per your locations, you can look for that file and set this. So vi this one. Okay. So now let me go to this file and done. Now Jira home variable which was empty, I'm going to set it up with this entry which is here and paste it. That's all. So I'm going to save it After that, I'm going to the bin one more time, bin place where we have start stop script. I'm going to stop it first. Okay. And then finally, I'm going to start it one more time. Done. Now I'll log into this server here and check it out. So now Jira is loading and good to go. Now, meanwhile, it's loading some of the plugins. Jira you can use in cloud also. Okay, so here you can log into the cloud and you can start this one here. So these are the software, Jira software for service management and all. You can use in the cloud also. So you can log in here and start using the cloud. So they will create an instance in the cloud. You can do that also if you want to use a cloud. I'm using the desktop version and so. Now there is a two option which we have while setting up the Jira. One says set it up for me, or you will set it up for you yourself. So more or less the options which is nothing but license, SMTP servers and all stuff like that which you need to set it up. So I'll go for set it up for me and continue to my Atlassian. See, it says continue to my Atlassian. Okay, remember that. That means it will go to the website of my Atlassian website, and from there they'll try to get the trial license. Remember that. So click on it. I have account in Atlassian, so I'll log in, password, and I'll try to get some license. This will be valid for 30 days. And which license you want, cloud or the enterprise one? Of course, enterprise data center. Generate a license. Now this is a confirmation. Yes. Now this error you have got it because that return call did not happen, but not to worry about it. Send anyway and stuff like that. And you see here, your Jira trial license successfully applied. Okay, so don't worry about the error message. Now email ID, just feed whatever you want. Let's say DevOps @ here. Password is Rajesh123. Rajesh123. So here Rajesh done. Remember the password for next Jenkins session. Okay, which session you need to remember? There's one Jenkins session for CI. We need to remember because we want to integrate that Jira with Jenkins. Okay, so almost installation is done. Did you find any challenges? All of you? Okay, so this is the step which I followed to get it installed. And here, this command, I had it, and which I did. Okay, so now this Jira will be up and running, and after that we'll start using it. So let me pause this.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, I stopped it. But you know what? I'll do one more thing. I'll check the RAM for it, 6 GB. That's cool. So let me start this. Jira. And start it. Again, I'm going to access it. So if you don't want to install and configure, you can check the cloud Jira also. UI will be almost same and you can use it. So it's a pretty heavy applications. You need to have a CPU proper to use it. So my username is Rajesh and Rajesh123. I'm writing in the notes itself because we need this server, the Jira one, which we set it up on the Jenkins day also. Okay, so let it happen. After that, it's just some more or less UI work, which I would like to show you. So loading is little slow. What I'll do, I don't have the patience to wait for it. So I'm going to stop this VM, increase the CPU, system, make it so processor make it 2 and how much memory. So I'll make it 8000 MB and done and start this. This will save our time overall. So now with the 2 CPU, okay, so now Rajesh 123, clear the screen, go to OPT, CD Jira, bin and start. This time I'm expecting a little bit more speed while loading the applications. Done. Okay, so now this is the port number 8080.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so my desktop Jira, the one which is still loading, it is taking time. Maybe the apps from which is coming from the Atlassian, which may be downloading at a less speed actually. So let's not waste a time. Can you see this one, all of you, my screen? All of you? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
So this is a cloud Jira. Okay. I created long back. Okay. So from now onwards, once this get loaded, say there's some problem actually. Okay, so this is not a Jira issues of the installation, but they're trying to load the plugins and some plugins are not coming. So that's the reason. This is something There's no fix for as such. Plugin has to be installed to use it. So the only options which we have is stop and start, which I will do that and continue the Cloud Jira. So here I'm going to shut down this stop Jira and start Jira. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll come back and restart this plugin installation. So internally, they're downloading the plugins, which is not successfully completed. Okay, so let it happen. Now, after the installation, you'll get something like this. Okay, this is a Cloud Jira, but the UI more or less you get something like this. Almost 80% of the UI will be same, 80 to 90%. So now what to do here? So here you can see, here you can create a project. Here you can filter the issues and many other stuff. Here you can have a dashboard, and here you have a teams and teammates. And this applications means you can install more applications if you really want it and stuff like that. So let's get started. This is the create button which will help you to create a ticket. This is the create project. Okay. So now first thing, let's get started the creating project. Okay. So let's create a project. Now, when you create a project, they will ask you what templates of projects you want to create. So more or less, because we are in a software development team, either we'll go for the Kanban kind of project, a Scrum, or bug tracking. Now, some of you will ask, Rajesh, what is a Kanban? What is a Scrum? So this is a one thing which is a part of Agile process. So those who have not gone through the Agile process, program. So just look at some of the videos on YouTube, because this is one of the training which is not happening nowadays. It used to happen 10 years before and all. So nowadays I just have to practice it because everyone almost knows about that. So just look at this, what is a Kanban and Scrum and stuff like that. Bug tracking project, you understand this to track a bug. But here if you look at this, many different types of projects also you can create. Let's say you are in a finance or design or personal operations, legal, sales, many different kind of projects you can create. So right now I'll be stick to the software development, and one of this which I'll go for the bug tracking. Click on bug tracking, and this is the bug tracking. Just read about this, and these are the issue type, you'll get it. This is the workflow, you get it, and so on. So use this template and create a project. So this project I'll create July. I'll make it DevOps School 1, something like that. So key is unique, bug tracking, created project. Now this project is created for bug tracking actually. Now I'll go back to home page again, and I'll create few more projects. So go to the project here, create project. This time Scrum. Now this is again issue type, workflow, use template, and you want team manage, company manage. I'll go for the team manage, and this I'll name it Scrum only, so I'll remember that. Scrum is already there, so Scrum DevOps, create project. So basically I created 2 projects here, and now you can access the DevOps School 1, and which was another project I created which you don't have. So view all projects, here it is. So how to create a project? All of you are comfortable now? All of you? All of you?
Yes.
Okay, now the question is, how do we work actually? So working is very simple. I don't think so there'll be any challenge for anyone. Go to bug tracking projects, DevOps School 1. And the moment you see that UI, you will start getting all this stuff. So here, left side, all the filters are there for the issues. So issues means Jira, whether it's a bugs, enhancement, task, backlogs for Agile and Scrum. In Jira, we call it issue. Simple. So can we create issues? So let's go and create issues here. Which project? Of course, DevOps School 1. What is this? Bug or improvement or task or feature or epic? Let it be bug. DevOpsschool.com login page is not working. This is one bug I need to assign. So this, you have a component right now, none. I'll come back to this one and describe this particular issues properly. Okay. So this you can use markdown language and you can practice. Markdown language is the one which we use nowadays everywhere for documentation purpose. So let's say if you're not comfortable, markdown, DevOps school, and this tutorial will help you. Just markdown and all. There's an editor also markdown which we have. So this tutorial will help you how to do heading using markdown, how to do bold, and how to italic. All these things will definitely help. This is a one tool also. So let's say you want to convert into markdown, right? So here, let's say what you want. This is heading. This is heading. This one, an H. This is become markdown. This whole copy things you can copy. So remember this one, markdown is one tool which we develop, which you will definitely help. Are you understanding? Hello, all of you? Yeah. So like that, you have to work on this. Practice markdown, okay, and then get. Okay, so this is the issues which I wanted to report it to my project and everything I did. Okay, everything I did. Okay, so now this issues, the one which I am creating, who's reporter? Of course, you are the one. Versioning, this is disabled right now. I'll talk about it. So component is the one which I said I'll talk about it. Versioning, which I'll talk about it. Priority, I think you can understand what is the highest priority or whatever it is. You can label them also. Let's say this is with the release 10, something like that. You can label it and create it. So I, by mistake, I clicked on create button. So this is the thing. So view issues. This is the issues I created. You can go and edit again. So here, see this cloud UI little bit keep changing actually. So you can delete. Do you find edit button somewhere? So this is the dev one. And yeah, so edit got embedded in the UI itself now. So you can edit here. You can edit here, all this thing. And you can double click if you do that, you can edit this. Okay, so this is the things you want to assign to someone else. Let's say assign to myself. Label it, you want to give it something else also you want to do. Now there is a two things which I said I'll come back to this. One is like a component and another one is version. So when you create a project, you have to set up a component here. Now what is a component? So component is something like a conceptual stuff. Let's say this is the software. Okay, DevOps tool is software. So for this, the component will be chat, mail, front end, back end, like that. It will be component. Okay, multiple modules we can say. So like that. So you have to define it before before only, but the project manager, they will do that. So I'm creating a component here, chat, save it. Mail, save it. Front end, save it. Back end. So 4 component of my products which I'm having. Now you should also declare the version which you are working. So here, so you see here, somewhere left side you see the version, and here reports, release, here. So you can set this version. So what is the version? So 10 dot, let's say major release only, 10.2. Start date and release date, I don't right now complicate too much. 10, 11, 12. Okay, so this is the version, unreleased version, you know. So now next time when you create a ticket now again, and this time it's, let's say, task or new feature. So you can say, let's say chat is not working. Now here you can select the component, and here you can select the version also. Okay, earlier it was disabled. Now label and all, everything, attachments, due date, it should be fixed by 20th. Is it blocking some other issues, some other ticket ID? So dev1, and assignee, I have only one user, and create. So this is the way you can work with it and create a ticket. You can design, someone who can design from the project manager and get it working. Are you able to understand that? What is this, how to work, and what exactly is all about, all of you? Any questions so far? Any questions so far, guys? Any questions so far, guys?
I think you're okay. For me, I'm okay. There's no question from my side.
Yeah. Okay, so now this is the project. But you know what? This project was a simple project which we created for just for the demo purpose. Most of the team you'll work with Scrum project. This is the one. So Scrum works in a little bit different way. So first I will ask you to refer some of the YouTube videos for Agile. This is the task for all of you. Task for all of you. Now Agile. And then after learning Agile, then come back to Scrum. Okay. This is a model which we are using from last 15 plus years. So you will not have any problem learning this. But at a high level, because I'm talking about the software of it. So at a high level, I just talk about here. So you will at least understand little bit of it. Okay. So look at this here. This is the, seems to be good image. Okay. So in a Scrum team, what happened? Agile team model is Scrum. In a Scrum team, you will have 4 people. Who will be the people? So you will be having product owner. You can say client also. And then Scrum master. There will be one manager kind of role will be there, who will be heading this team. And Scrum team members means all people, which will be from the architect team, development team, testing team. So all these people will be under the Scrum team members. And this is stakeholders, you can say client. So product owner and client, some stakeholder can be also sometime one only, but it can be different also. Sorry. So what will happen in the Scrum model? What we do, we don't plan for the too many work. We plan for the only the work which is can be done in 1 week or 2 weeks. That is, we call it a sprint duration. Okay. So if you see, come back to here, and where is it? Here. So here you see the sprint durations. You can create it, and this is the you see here. This whole workflow you can create it with the sprint durations. I have not started any sprint because you see you have not started any sprint. So I need to start it because I don't have any backlog actually. Backlog means work. Okay. So what will happen? What will happen? Initially you will plan for epic. Epic means epic is a one of the keyword. You can say big project, big milestone. Okay. And after that epic, you define all this, let's say, hundreds of work which you have as part of epic, which will do the release of this particular product, hundreds of work, which we call it a backlog. Backlog. Here you see backlog. Somewhere you should be having. No, you don't have right now. So here, this is a log actually. Here we are calling. Okay, so here you do the hundreds of work and put it in the user stories, and stories after that you will have a backlog. I mean, I'm talking about at the high level. Backlogs will have, and hundreds of backlogs will have. Now we'll decide, okay, this sprint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will set this multiple sprint actually, and you will have a discussion with your stakeholders and owner, saying that sprint 1, which is few of the 2 weeks, will set up 10 work actually will set it up, 10 backlog. Okay, and this sprint 2 also will have for 2 weeks, 15 backlogs will set it up, like that. This backlog is nothing but a task. Okay, user story, task, feature, works, whatever it is. So this is how we work actually. It's keep repeating. So the advantage of is like we give the output to our stakeholders and client owner faster. Okay. So this is something at a high level. So now coming back to the UI here, this is a Scrum project. So first thing, you should have a roadmap clear. Roadmap which will be created by manager. Roadmap is nothing but like a release kind of it. Here you have this sprint I'll do this sprint I'll do this, and all stuff like that. Release planning. And after that we'll come to the backlog. So right now I am creating a backlog multiple. How do we create a backlog? You see here. Create issues is equal to backlog. So something like that. So let's create it. Now this is a task backlog 1. Someone has to have a hundreds of backlog. So I'm creating the faster this backlog. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, by mistake I create 3 2 times. 4. These are all the tasks. Usually, you people will do that with a little bit of more detailing. Earlier, I showed you how to create issues, right? Like that. But right now, I'm doing a fast, so I need so many backlog. So doing the fast. 6, 7, 8, 9. So all this together, I have got total 9 backlog. Okay. So this is a 9 backlog. Now what I'll do, I'll have to start the sprint. So I see that SD sprint 1, SD means it's a short key for this project. And these are the 9 backlogs I have, but I don't want to start with this sprint. So what I'll do, I'll move this, drag this to the somewhere which we are not working actually. So this will not work. So we'll move down to this. So So this sprint, which can be of 1 week or 2 weeks, I'm working on 7 work actually, 7 issues, 7 tasks, 7 features, 7 bug fixing, whatever it is. And here I'll click here and say sprint start. And now here you can decide. Usually what I have practiced so far, the sprint, it's of 2 weeks, but it can be 1 week also, 3 weeks also, 4 weeks also, or it can be more also. Depends on the organizations. But most of the time I practiced with my previous organization, 2 weeks only. It's a standard. Now start date, let's say today, and date automatically it will be there, some goals and starting this. So what we decided, this is the UI. Actually, this UI is of Jira, but in real time, if you see that, I'll show the image of it. Scrum, board. This board will be real time because at that time, we were not using the Jira for this board. We were using manual board. Have you seen this board somewhere near to your workspace? So there'll be one big board near to your workspace, and then sticky will be there, and then category will be there, backlog, story, to do, doing, review, dot, dot, dot. Have you seen anyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So something like that earlier we used to practice it, but nowadays we have a software for it. So what we'll do? So every day we'll have a meeting. Okay, every day we'll have a meeting for 15 minutes. Meeting of between whom? So meeting between only the Scrum team members and Scrum Master. Stakeholders and owner will not come in that meeting. Remember, Scrum team members, which include Dev QA, and Scrum Master, one you can say little bit of sort of mentor or manager or something. And everyone will update only 3 things. We'll not talk about the bullshit stuff. Only we'll talk about what I did yesterday, what I have a plan to do today, and where I got stuck. That's all. Every team members will talk about only 3 things. Yesterday I did this, today I'll be doing this, but I have got stuck because of this. So other team members, when you got stuck, other team members can help you. So Scrum Master means this guy, the who's acting like a Scrum Master. He will ask, okay, SD is in progress. He will ask and update this board. Okay, this is done. This is done. This is done. So every day we'll have a meeting and he'll keep moving this sticky as per the stuff. And end of the day, he will see that, okay, look at this, end of this Friday, maybe 2 weeks of it. He'll realize most of the work is done, but 2 works could not complete in this sprint. So he has to finish this sprint and there's a 2 tasks, 4 and 6 has to move to the backlog. So complete the sprint and you want to create a new sprint. So this 2 open issues, 5 is completed, but 2 open issues will move to the new sprint and complete this. This will be complete. This will be continue new sprint, new sprint, new sprint, and this will be continue till you complete the epic. That means overall release of the product. Are you understanding? All of you? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. So there are few keywords which you need to know. There are few keywords. I think in LMS we have a videos for this also. Epic, user stories, and all this thing. Let me show you. This one probably it will give you right pictures. Okay. So here, if you see that at a high level, this is a complete what is it? This is a complete agile process. Here you won't see that UI accordingly, but at a high level. So first we call it a theme. Theme means like product. Then inside the product, multiple initiatives are there. So initiative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative means the initiative to work on it. Then architect will divide into multiple epic. Epic 1, 2, 3, 4. And then each epic will have a storage. Here, after the storage, you have a storage. You can say something like task only. Okay, see here. This is also good. This much. See here. So epic you have from here, user storage, multiple user storage. Each epic will have a multiple storage, and this storage will run through the sprint 1, 2, 3, 4. Like. So this tool which is been designed here is to help you to implement the Scrum model. Okay. So here you have a board. Here you have a backlog. Here you have roadmap, which you call it initiative, whatever it is, and some more options. So yes, two projects I showed you. One is normal one, which is DevOps School 1.
Rajesh,
And
if we can do all this thing on the server, why we need to do the terminal? What we need the terminal for?
why we need to?
Why we need the terminal, like doing the setup and installation on the terminal, if we can do everything on the GUI?
Okay, I do not understand your question, but you are saying, hey, this is the software, okay? And this you can install in the desktop and you can get in the cloud. Cloud means hosted one. So desktop hosted by me, and this is cloud hosted by Atlas. So what was the question?
Okay, what I'm trying to say, like when you're installing the software on the terminal, so like Jira have anything to do with the terminal, or is a graphical GUI work all the time?
Oh, okay, okay. So from now onwards, I would request you don't call it terminal, okay? Call it VMs, virtual machines, because I got confused. Okay. So you call it, okay, I installed that software in a VM, virtual machines, and I'm accessing that VMs using terminal. Okay, that's the thing. So here I wanted to show you how can you install the Jira software. Okay, that is the installation. How can we install it? And after the installing it, you will get something like this, the one which I'm using. But there was some error, that an internal error during the installing the plugins from the Jira, maybe Jira website maybe having some downtime or something like that. So they could not download the plugins. So this got not completed. So what I did, just to avoid the wasting of time, we moved to the cloud and started seeing the demo.
Okay, because most people work on the cloud now, because I understand that Jira want to terminate the server installation by 2024. So, but most people work on the cloud. So I'm just asking if like what you're teaching us is basically on the cloud, or we're going to use the terminal also.
In your work profile, it depends on your organization. If your organization's, let's say, banking, telecom, or the place where security is at highest, you will go for the hosted one. That means this Jira will be installed in your network, in your servers somewhere, some of your servers. Now, most of the startups is migrating to the Atlassian, like most of the latest technology-based companies, broad-based company, which is coming from last 3-4 years coming up. So they go for the cloud-based application. Migrating from the enterprise to cloud-based, again, this initiative is under the process. So I'm not sure about it, how many organizations is using cloud, how many organizations are using this one. But my experience, whichever the organization I have worked with previously, all are using this one, means hosted within a premises, not cloud. Okay, but we have a cloud options available also, which you can use.
So like when we get hired or start working, all this installation will be done by the company. We just to execute the work, right? I'm
Yes,
just
yes.
asking.
You don't have to install it. But one more thing. Sometime, sometime you get a role of DevOps with tools management. Tools management. So when it comes for tools management, that means you have to install, configure, and troubleshoot also. So all these things you have to do yourself. So in
Okay.
that case, let's say if you get a work of, okay, you have to manage the Jira server, then you need to know all this stuff and you have to do that. So you can't touch the production. So for that learning sake, you have to do offline in your some of your VMs,
Okay.
like understand.
Okay. Lastly, I advise every one of you guys that are taking this class to ask questions. It's very important not to leave Rajesh to just be teaching without asking
Agree.
questions because it helps us a lot. That's I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's
Agree, man.
important.
You're correct. Yeah, you're correct.
Okay. Okay, guys. So what we have? We have a two projects created. One for software, simple software management, and one for Scrum. Now, this something which you see the left side, I don't think so you have to teach, because the moment you read this, you'll get to know. All issue means all issues. My open issue
Yes.
means the open issues which is with me. Reported by me, open issues, done issues, viewed recently, resolved recently, and blah blah. Okay. But this is not something which we want. Let's say you are a manager. Okay, you're a manager or maybe Jira administrator. So you want to customize this project. Let's say there's a project which is called DevOps Tool 1 and you want to customize it. So what kind of customizations you may get it? So you'll be asked sometime, hey, let's say Rajesh is the engineer for the Jira. So his manager will come to him and say, Rajesh, I have, if people will create issue, here we should issue type, new feature, improvement task, bugs and epic. But I want one more type here, one more type here. So can you do that? This is the one enhancement. Okay. Second enhancement, let's say this is a ticket. And right now, what is the status for this ticket? Go to this workflow. Can you see somewhere? Workflow. So should be here. Here it is. Okay. So now this ticket, which is a dev2 ticket. Okay. Now what is the status of it? So strange actually is, yes, here. Even because I'm not working with a cloud, this UI is here somewhere. So you have to get used to it. Okay. So then some of my managers came and said, Rajesh, I need to have little bit more work. This is that means any ticket, first it will get assigned to do, then in progress, then in review, then done. This is the default workflow for my project. So he said, no, I want to have one more workflow, and the ticket should be in a pending state also, or on hold also. Depends on requirements. People will come from the different requirement. So first requirement was, I forgot. So the first requirement was this is the type of the request should be different. I want one more customization. Second request, he said, I want to change this workflow. And one of my manager came and said, hey, for this project, I want some more fields actually. For example, let's see here. These are the fields, right? So some more fields I want. Let's say country is not there. So I want the country field. So these kind of customizations you may get it. Let's say if you are the administrator of Jira, okay. If you are the manager or administrator, this kind of customizations you may get it. So how to do that? So did you understand that what is expected work? Not creating a ticket, but to customize it. Are you understanding right? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So the question is, how can you do that? And that learnings you have to make it actually, that you have to practice it. So guys, what you have to do, every projects, okay, every projects you'll interact with the UI. I think if you spend few hours, you will get through this. That's not a challenge. Okay, but here you see there is one button at the end of it. Here, project setting. So every project can be customized using the project setting. Every projects. Okay. So how can we do that? Let's get started. Click on the project setting. And here, see, there are so many options are there. Don't get lost, okay? Don't get lost in the options. So many things are there. Here you can manage the permissions for your project. Here you can manage the features which should be available for your projects. Here you can set the notifications for your project, who should be notified, when should be notified. But I want to add issue type. So here you have. If you want to add issue types here, layout, screens, fields, and some security related. So let's go for the types. And here, if you see that, all these types are available. My manager said, Rajesh, you need to add more type, one type. So bug is already there. Epic is also there. Improvement is there. Task is there. New feature is there. Can you suggest me one more types? I'm not able to get in my mind right now. Bug, task, improvement, new feature. What else I can add here? Anyone? Bugs is there. Issue. Let's add issue itself. Okay. Will that be okay? All of you? Hello, I'm audible, right?
Yes, audible. Yeah. Where you?
Yeah. So now, so here we have issue type. Following issue type, let's do edit issue types. Okay. And you see add issue type. Now, if you see that here, these are the issue type which is active for my project. This issue type which is available but not active. So story and feature is already available. I want to create one more issue itself as issue type. Done. Click OK. So I did this, added the issue type, and you see that here automatically got enabled. You can drag it, save it. Now if I select this create, see there's no issue type has come. Why? Because I made it unavailable. So I'll click here, edit, and I will drag this one, issue also, story also, feature also, all this just for the demo, and save it. Now create. Now you see here, issue has come, feature has come, and all this. So one of the requirement, one of the work is completed. Issue is closed. Now second requirement, he said, Rajesh, can you add workflow? So right now the current workflow is, again I'm showing you just for your validation. The current workflow is the UI is somewhere here. And one more thing, when you use the desktop version of UI and cloud, you'll have a little changes with the layout and all. Okay, 80% UI is same, but 20% here and there placement you get it different. One more thing, this one which you are seeing right now, after 6 minutes you may find this change. So you have to get used to it. So yes, this is the right now we have first ticket will get into the to do, then in progress, then in review and done. So if this is in progress, in review, done means closed. Okay, so this is the flow. So my manager said, hey, add one more in between on hold or something like that. Okay, so can we add this? Yes, let me go to the project setting one more time. And here, if I see, lots of things are there here. Workflows here. Okay, now in this workflow, my project workflow, I have to add workflow. Okay, add workflow, add existing, and you see also one more thing, which is screens here. So here also you have to, little bit work on it. So let's go back to the task which I'm doing, and that is workflows. Now here the UI is little changed, and add existing. So right now the current workflow, the one which is applied for me is I forgot what is the project name. So my project name, anyone remember that? Project name is, okay, let me get it one more time. So project name is DevOps School 1. Okay, yeah, DevOps School 1. So let's do one thing. Let's customize the current one only. Okay, so this is the DevOps School 1, and this is the current one I showed you. Okay, now what to do? This UI is little challenging. Okay, but with the practice, you'll become a master in it. So here, this is called status. This is called status. And whatever you see the arrow, right? This arrow, we call transition, which you have here. Look at this add status, add transitions. Okay. If you are good in coding, you can write a code also here. This is the text-based workflow, but we can work on the text base, but you won't get a visualization. So you won't feel like what you are doing. So diagram based you modify, it will be easy for you. Okay. So now to do, in progress, in review, done. I can drag it this one little bit and here. Now in between, after the to do, let's say task will get into the in progress. In between, I want to place one thing which is called on hold. Will that be okay for all of you? On hold, that's the status. Correct? Are you okay with it? Hello?
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here I'm adding a status. The name of the, see, these are the, on hold is already there. Let's do one thing because I want to create something new. These are there actually. These are the status are there already, but we are not using it. So pending is there, on hold is there, close is there, building is there. I want to create new one actually. So what should I create? To do. Just let me think of it. So in progress, I'll create one stop working. That is something which I'm thinking right now. Stop working on the ticket. So this is the new status I created, and also I will add it. Okay, I'll add it. So now here you see, this is a stop working is a new status. Now the question is, to do to stop working or all the status to stop working, you want to go directly like all, or only if the ticket is in progress, then you want to go to stop working. So if you want to go from anywhere to anywhere, what you should do, edit this and add the transition. Where's the transition? Here. And here you add the transition and some transition, all transitions. Okay, so I stop working, all, and add. Okay, so here you can make it all. You can also delete this, remove status. You can add a new one also. Add status, stop working, and here you can also set the transition, allow all status transition to this one. Okay, see here. That means my ticket is in any of these status, can go to stop work. Let me show you first. Can we see the save button? All of you? It's already saved as, right? I'm assuming this is saved automatically. Okay. And go to this. Okay. And okay, just a second. Edit one more time. Okay, publish button. Publish. No backup required. Publish. Done. After that, I'll go to my ticket. Go to my project. DevOps Pool 1. Now you see that ticket number 2, Dev 2. See here. Stop working is come here. And you see that I can travel to any places. But this is not what I wanted. My manager said, if the ticket is in progress, then only stop working should be shown. Are you getting my points, all of you? Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. So go to the project settings. Again, go to the workflows again. Okay. Edit this. And this time I will say delete this. From scratch I'm doing. So remove the status. Okay. Oh, I cannot remove it because I assigned this some ticket. So what should I do? I go back to my project. And here I'll make it in progress. Okay. So now I'll go back to the project settings, workflows, and now again editing. And now little bit up, stop working, remove. Still it's not allowing to remove. Okay, no problem. So this time I'll make it this one as it is. From the in progress, I'll make a new status. So add status. One is build broken, which is already existing, and click add. This is the status. Now I have to set the transition. So build broken should be only from the in progress and should go to the stop working. So how do I do that? So here I add a transition. So here it says two status. So build broken should go to the what? Stop working. And here name of the transition is stop working. Add it. Now see that arrow? So from the build broken, you can go to stop working. Here I will add in progress one more transition. Okay. So here, what I will do, create one more transition here, and I'll name it. I will create a new transition, and the transition name would be in progress to build broken. So in progress to build broken. I'll create a new transition from the status. I forgot in progress to build broken, right? So from status in progress to build broken, and this is the name and add it. Okay, it says you cannot perform this operation on a draft workflow, but it's okay. Let me publish draft. Just a second, we have to add it one more time. Yeah. Now, so create add transitions from the in progress to build broken. Name it. Why it's not allowing? Okay, just a second. Add it. I'm adding correct one. So here what I had to do, add it. Should not. From it's add in progress, correct, to build broken. Name it whatever you want. This cannot, you cannot perform this operation on draft workflow. This is stupid because you have to edit only in the draft. So publish, no. Let me see that one more time because you can do only in that edit mode actually. So one more time, this is a draft. Again adding a transition. Okay, let me use something else. Maybe it's breaking because of that. So I'll use something like from in progress, in review, something like that. So in progress, in review, some name. There's some problem here. So okay, I'll just check this one a little bit later. Okay, I'm not doing anything wrong, but it's showing some error. Okay, discard draft. I'm discarding. Okay, once again, freshly I'm adding it. So here in progress, edit. From scratch I'm doing. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's create a new one. Let's not touch this in progress. Let's say in review, or let me create a new status here. Building, let's say open. Add this open to stop working. Okay, so add transition, open to stop working. Some name, click add. It happened. Not sure, some issues are there. Maybe automatically it'll get restored, but you can do like this. Okay, same way, nothing, no change in the process. And after that, publish this draft. No backup required for time being. Done. Now, if I go here from open, I can go to only stop working. Let me show you. So this is the one ticket you have. If you go to the open, so let's say ticket, create a ticket and something. Okay, so okay, there's a one mistake I did it, which was starting. Just a second, hold on. I'll correct this. Workflows, edit. So here, if you see that this starting point is not added to the open. So what should I do? I'll click here and this one to do edit. Okay, let's do one thing, edit and some issues here. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll correct this one later. But yeah, this is the way you can modify draft versions. Some validation issues is there, which I'm not able to do that. So I'll just check that. There's some warning which is getting. So I'll see that a little bit later and update it. Now, third task what we have is custom fields.
Rajesh, anytime you solve a problem, please explain to us. So in case we encounter those problems at work, so we know how to resolve them also, please.
Sure. I'll record that.
Even at the back end. So you will explain to us, this was the problem that I cannot have access to this thing. Something like that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now, third problems which we want to solve it, that is called custom fields. So these are the custom fields which we have already. Now, how can we add a custom fields here? So let's do this here. Now, this is something like HTML editor which you have. So something like that, HTML options. So what you want, let's say I want to access select list, and you can add any other fields also, and click next. Now the plan is very simple. Country, I want to be seen in each ticket. Option, India, USA, Europe, whatever it is. Let's say UK and stuff like that, and create it. So there is a one field I created which is called country, but which project you want to assign it. So you can select the project here. So project which I want to assign it to DevOps School 1. Okay, so I check box here. If you want to assign to everyone, then you can check box all projects. Right now I have 2 projects, so update. Done. So now this is added, which is a country. Let's go and create a ticket, DevOps School. And you see here, somewhere, you see here, bottom section, the country got added. But that I don't want to this. There's just one more problem. So field got added, but I want to see this one somewhere on the top, somewhere here. So how can you do that? So here you can do drag. So for that you have to go to the screens. Okay, go to the screens, and for me my screen is, I think, this one. These are my screens. Okay, dev software development bug screen and dev software development default screen. So what should I do? I go to click on edit. Okay, no, configurations. And here you see all this, the custom fields, whichever you have available. Now what I will do, I'll drag it. I repeat, drag it. So drag it and keep it on top. After the issue type, I want to show country. Same thing I'll do with the other streams also of my project. So I did with this one, and here also it's needed. Configure. This all these things with the practice, it will come. Again, these are the things we don't do daily. So little bit of learning curves is required for this. And now if I go to create a ticket, now this is the country which has come after this. So yes, these are the customizations. You can do that very well. Now, next thing which we have is like, how do we assign access to someone? So if you go to the project, let me go to the project once again. And this is a project settings. I have to go to project settings one more time. Project setting. If you want to add more people, here's the people. You can add more people here. And right now, there is a limitation actually. So limitation is, this is on free plan actually. I'm on a free plan. So you can only add people using your site administration settings. That means I cannot add it here because of the plan is limited in the cloud. So what I can do is I can go to the setting button, which is for the whole projects. And here I can do adding more. I don't know whether this will be allowed or not because it's a free account actually. So here you can add more. See here, you can invite more people and they'll be also can activate their free plan and all stuff like that, and you can add it. Here you can create a groups also, and you can add a more people. So let me create one group, DevOps 1, and here I don't have many people, so only 2 people are there, and then create it. So like that, you can invite more people and get it done. So go to the project level. Okay, so this you can also do. So many other features are there. Notifications, you can set like when you should be notified, users should be notified. So these are the things you can customize. Issue created, issue updated, issue assigned, issue resolved, and all this stuff. Okay, so overall, did you understand that what is Jira, how to work with Jira, some of the customizations which you want to see, that how can we get into that? Did you understand that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now next tool which we will learn, that is a
Sorry,
confluence.
if I may ask, what is?
Yeah, tell me. Hello, I think I lost you. Guys, you can hear me, right?
Mr. Jira.
Yeah, I can hear Rajesh.
So what is the alternative? What's the alternative maybe to Jira? Maybe if an organization is not using Jira.
Your voice is breaking for me at least. What is your question? Can you repeat one more time?
So what is the alternative tool to Jira? If an organization is not maybe interested in using Jira.
Okay, there's so many alternatives. So if you look at this, if you don't like Jira, so you can go for Azure DevOps. If you don't like Azure DevOps, you can go for Trello. If you don't like Trello, you can go for GitLab. You don't like GitLab, I share few URLs for that, and that is like issue tracking tools DevOps. So hundreds of tools are there in the market, but of course you don't want to spend time over there because this is something, you know. So you see here, you can use for backlog. We don't use Bugzilla did, Jira, which we are learning, test, you can use it. Many tools are there. Now, if you see that here, These are the open source product mostly, but yeah, this is like so many tools are there in the market. You can use many. Okay.
I think we can add Microsoft Planner also, right? Similar to Jira.
No, Azure DevOps is there, no? The planning is along with it. Yeah. Microsoft has deprecated all their products and putting in every efforts in for Azure DevOps. Got it? In short, if I tell you, many projects which is coming up with such kind of tools. For example, let's say GitHub. If you go to GitHub, any project for the sake of it, okay. So GitHub also has the same feature. You see, I'll show you. So this is the projects. Here you can have a project management. Okay. Add a project. And then a feature what access. Okay. So I don't have access to this. Here we have a wiki, projects, and here you have a CI. So all features you have in place only. So GitHub also can be used, but many organizations wants to use a dedicated tool for it. Jira is one of the market leader.